The trail leads down there. I'm sure of it.
The wizard!
The wizard? No, no, my dears. That is food. He says the wizard must die. Take him and devour him, he commands. And so I shall. But not yet. Not yet. Let him hang a bit first. Let him await my pleasure. But the wizard alone is barely a meal for one such as myself. Now four is a feast.
Yet. Need more time. Must wait. Need more time. Carefully. Let him down slowly now.
He yet lives.
Aye, and he's coming around.
Radagast, are you well?
Oh, what a thoroughly unpleasant experience. I shall have more pity for flies in the future.
The spider's venom can be deadly. We should attend to you at once.
No cause for concern. It happens I know a thing or two about venoms and poisons. Saenathra's poison could be deadly, but killing prey outright is not the way of such creatures. No, they much prefer to keep their meals alive for a time. Just as a farmer might age a cheese to improve its flavor, really. She used only enough venom to keep me quiet.
You've had some rough handling. Are you well enough to speak with us?
What's that? Oh, don't worry. We wizards are rather hardier than we look. I've had better days, to be sure, but I'll be fine with a little rest.
Can you tell us what happened?
Saenathra snatched me. Took me unawares, I'm afraid. I really didn't expect to encounter anything of her sort in this corner of the wood. No, not at all. You see, I came here to get away from trouble. Darkness is spreading across Mirkwood. A darker than usual darkness, I mean. And it's coming from Dol Guldur in the south. Roscobel, my usual home, lies a little too close to Dol Guldur for comfort. So I came here. I have several such retreats. You can never be too prepared, living in Mirkwood and all. But, do I know you?
No, Radagast. but you do know me.
Ah, young Bellerum. It's a pleasure to see you. So you are a part of this little party too? It's quite a mixed bag, really. I don't see elves, dwarves, and men rubbing elbows often, especially not in Mirkwood. Now add an eagle as well. This is turning out to be a rather extraordinary day, really, all things considered.
I am just glad we came in time. My friends and I have a mission, and we came seeking your aid.
We're looking for the dragon Radagast, who lives in the Grey Mountains.
And we have no time for a lengthy search.
We were told you might be able to help us find him.
You wish to find a dragon? Oh dear, is that really wise?
There was a powerful force here, and it is clear that you were their target. Why is the enemy after you?
The enemy never needs a reason to kill and destroy. But if I were to hazard a guess why they were after me in particular, I would say it is because of my talent for gathering and sending news quickly.
That could mean they plan to attack our friends nearby.
The Bjornings and my woodland kin are in danger. We must warn them.
Oh, you needn't concern yourself with that. As I said, I have a talent for such things. I will make sure our friends are warned. It's the neighborly thing to do, after all.
I had heard Mirkwood was home to many spiders, but I never expected anything like this. Are there more of her kind around?
I certainly hope not. This was the Spider Queen, Saenathra. I've heard many fearful tales of her from my friends among the forest creatures, but I've never before had the misfortune of encountering her. I'm rather surprised to find her here. By all accounts, she kept her lair in the craggy mountains near Dol Guldur, far to the south.
Dol Guldur. I've heard that name spoken in whispered tales. By all accounts, it is a place of dread. What can you tell me of it?
It's a terrible place. A fortress built upon a bare hill in the south of the forest. Of old, the Dark Lord himself dwelt there. He was driven out some years past, but it seems that evil has returned once more to Dol Guldur. I am told that fell creatures of many sorts are gathering there.
Our mission is urgent. Do you know where Urgos can be found?
Well, he's a dragon, so I would say the Grey Mountains.
Yes, that is as we have already said. But do you know where in the Grey Mountains?
I haven't the foggiest notion, really.
What? So we've just been chasing the wind?
Ah, now, not so fast. I may not know where Urgos dwells, but I just might be able to find out. But I would need my staff for that, and I seem to have mislaid it somewhere.
I have met another of your order, Gandalf the Grey. You seem different from him.
Do I? Well, cannot one man be unlike another, and yet both still be men? I suppose there is no one quite like Gandalf, although I sometimes feel as if I should be more like him. At any rate, I assure you, we are both wizards in spite of our differences.
Wizards appear to be men, yet they live unchanged for centuries, as do elves. Clearly, you are neither. But what then are you? Where do you come from?
That I am forbidden to reveal. Some things must remain a secret, at least for the present. Suffice to say, we are. And think on it no more.
We found your staff. Here it is.
I knew you would have need of it once we found you.
Ah, excellent. Aren't you the clever one? Crafty as a fox in your own fashion, too, I can tell. I'm grateful to you. Well then, let's see what we can find out, shall we? My friends might know a thing or two. you have news for me, little one? Ah. I see, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Very brave of you. Well done, my friend. And there you have it.
Perhaps you could explain further for those of us who do not speak the language of swallows.
Oh, you don't? Quite a pity, really. They're rather pleasant little fellows. Always something nice to say.
Well, what did this one have to say?
Quite a bit, actually. Here, let me show you.
Have you considered my offer?
You bargain with what you do not possess, man of the South.
I will have your price soon enough. Think carefully before you spurn this offer, dragon. As mighty as you are, you would do well not to offend my master.
I did not say I refused. Only that you must first achieve my reward before you can give it.
Ah, formality. I go now to take your price, but I will leave men behind to await your answer. Consider well, but not too long.
My time and my thoughts are my own to spend.
For now.
We know now where Radagast may be found. That part of the Grey Mountains is bleak and inhospitable, but I can guide us there easily enough.
Your friends were eager to offer their services. Perhaps they do not fully appreciate the danger. What can you tell me of them?
Armanel is a seasoned warrior. He knows full well what he faces, and accepts it gladly. Baron Thor is young and eager to prove himself, but he has deep courage, and few can match his swiftness on the wing. But you need not take my word. Ask them yourself. They will gladly speak with you if you so desire.
I worry about my people. We Dunedain are so few now, and our families are scattered across the north. Perhaps I should go to their defense.
And yet, what could you do for them? One man, alone. Were there 100 Eridans, you could not withstand the power that is set against you. But together, we may strike a blow far greater than any army could achieve. You Rangers are hardy folk. Trust them to survive, as they have for so long, while we do what must be done to bring down Agandaur. Only then will your homes and our areas be safe.
You are right, Belleram. We cannot falter now. We will go on.
You have but to say the word, and we will press on. We know now where
Finding Urgost will likely prove easier than dealing with him. Have you ever faced a dragon before?
No. That is a risk I have gladly avoided. One does not willingly seek out a dragon, unless there is no choice.
You are afraid of dragons?
Only a fool would not fear a dragon. If Urgost has survived this long, he must be full of the guile and cunning of his kind, abominations that they are. And this will make him even more dangerous. But that changes nothing. If we must prevent his alliance with Agandaur, then fear must be set aside and the dragon dealt with.
We will be departing soon.
We will be ready.
Saenathra is no more. That was a feat worthy of heroes of the elder days. I am honored to have witnessed it.
You were part of it as well. Thank you for your aid in the fight.
I am pleased to have done my part. That is one less threat to my people.
What of your friend Galron? Did you find him?
Sadly, I was unable to save Galron. I discovered he fell in the same battle in which I was captured. I recovered his war gear from the orcs, and I wish you to have it. Galron would be pleased to know it was still being used to fight the enemy. I must hasten home to inform my lord of everything that I've learned here. I shall pause only long enough to consult with Radagast. Farewell, Aradan.
We are very close to the dragon's lair. We must now go cautiously. If Orgost was to catch us airborne, he might lay us low with a single blast of dragon fire. It is best you proceed on foot, while we shadow you from above.
Is it true that dragons breathe fire?
Legends tell of two kinds of dragons. The great fire drakes, whose breath is deadly flame, and the lesser cold drakes who have no fire. I fear Orgost is no cold drake.
I see the ruins of mighty works in the surrounding cliffs. What might they be?
I can answer that. What you see are all that remains of the mansions of my kin, the Longbeards. Once, there was a mighty host of dwarves living in these mountains, before the dragons came from the northern wastes to plunder our homes. Ah, to have seen these realms in the days of their glory. Seems we're always fated to lose the fruits of our labor.
Are there other dangers in these mountains, apart from Urgost?
There are orcs aplenty in the Grey Mountains, but do not forget that Agandar said he was leaving men to await the dragon's answer. We must be prepared to deal with them as well.
Do you believe Urgost will be on guard against intruders?
I hope it is not so, but the keen senses of dragons are legendary. I fear he will see, hear, or smell us long before we can come to grips with him. Still, if Agandar's minions are hereabouts, it may be that their presence will mask our own.
No point in delaying any further. Let's press on as swiftly as we may. Let us hope dragons are less formidable than legend makes them. these?
Perhaps these are some remnant of the men who served the Witch King long ago.
It's time to put an end to you!
I am close to death.
Servants of the enemy, beware!
Don't leave us just yet, Lore Master. We have
That
need
was
of you.
closer to death than I care to be.
That must wait.
I will help you.
Aid our friend! Double quick!
Rise, my friend. We still have need of you.
That was closer to death than I care to be.
must be the men Agandar left to await the dragon's answer.
They must be bold to camp on a dragon's doorstep like this.
Urukai!
Down with you, vermin! Need more time. Nearly finished.
Here! To me if you need healing!
Forward to the dive! Come on, faint-hearted scum!
Feel my wrath and despair!
dare!
Cannot do that.
Here, my friends! Gather to the speed light!
more!
Fight me if you dare! Can't take much more!
No enemy missiles can pierce this shield.
Looks like another ranger has hidden some supplies here. Not ready. Need more time.
Take cover within this sphere of light.
Hidden Dunedain cache.
Much appreciated, friend. I thought elves were meant to have long lives.
Shield us from their arrows and bolts.